Hi everybody!
Hello.
I'm Maggie.
I'm Drew.
And welcome to Hurd Showcase. Almost forgot what we had to say. We haven't done one of these in a while.
I know, it's been a bit.
We are in our backyard, kind of.
Yeah, so we decided that now there's stuff to talk about. Boys, there's stuff to talk about.
Boy, is there stuff to talk about.
So we're going to talk about it for a little bit. But first,
yeah.
we're going to do another drinking with the DisHurds.
Yeah.
This is a 6-year anniversary for the Conshohocken Brewing Company right in our own backyard here in Pennsylvania. So if anyone local is watching this, give Rec Room in Phoenixville some love. Great people, great beer. This is their 6th anniversary Belgian IPA. So we'll see how we do. I'm usually not a huge IPA guy, but let's see.
Oh, am I drinking out of the bottle? Oh, okay. Skull glass. It's not bad.
It's definitely not the worst IPA I've ever had in my life, but I don't know.
It's an IPA. We're not usually IPA drinkers.
Conchi has better selections than this as well. In a pinch, this will do. But when I put in a World Showcase, no, I would not. Probably 3, generously 3, because I like the place 3 type of thing. But yeah, they have a lot of other good beers. If you're ever in the Phoenixville, PA area, check out Rec Room. But on to Disney. So Disney has done a lot of stuff.
They announced a lot.
So here's kind of what we know, what we don't know, and maybe where Disney should maybe fill in the blanks a little bit. They are reopening.
Yeah,
So,
Shanghai opens
a couple weeks ago.
and
So good rule is whatever Shanghai's doing, expect Disney to mimic it in some way, shape, or form.
because everything seemed to be going very well with the reopening. But Disney Springs opened last week. They opened third-party vendors first,
And
like
now
shops and restaurants.
Now World of Disney's open.
And now,
Y'all, there was a 3-hour wait to get into World of Disney.
because it was limited capacity.
Yeah.
I heard that it got up to like 6.
That's insane. I love Disney as much as the next person, but 6 hours and going to a store, that's a little pushing it for me. But yeah, so Magic Kingdom and Animal Kingdom opening July 11th, Epcot and Studios the 15th of July. DVC resorts are opening on the 22nd, so that's your Vero Beach, Hilton Head. No word on Aulani yet. Hawaii's being really strict with tourism, so I wouldn't anticipate hearing anything about that for several more weeks.
I mean, I can understand it.
If you're an Aulani fan like we are, nothing in that regard.
But I mean, there's not as many, not really able to distance quite as much because it's tiny little islands.
Here's where it got interesting though. Was it last night or the night before? Friday night? Thursday night. Disney put out this massive press release of no Fast Pass Plus reservations, no dining plan, no dining reservations.
They
pulled back the free dining offer that they initially offered folks that canceled their trips. There's a lot of uproar around that. There's also a lot of uproar on what we're doing in Disney in terms of social distancing, wearing a mask, park capacity, regulations. You know, Bob Chapek said, quote, "If you're lucky to get into the new reservation system." So I'm going to talk about my own thoughts on this in a bit, but I want to get the facts first. This is what's happening in Disney, and everyone needs to decide for themselves if it's worth going this year. No one can make that decision for you. You know your health, you know your circumstances better.
You know how comfortable you feel around
other
people.
You know how you feel about wearing a mask in Florida heat. You know all that for yourselves. I'm not going to sit here and try to persuade you to make a decision one way or the other. I'm just telling you what it is, and then I'm going to give my opinion on it, and you can take that and run with it.
Because you are going to have to wear masks. You're going to have to keep the 6 feet social distancing.
So Disney, backtracking a little bit, Disney also announced no character meet and greets, no character dining, no parades, as if Magic Kingdom had a nighttime one anyway, and no fireworks.
Well, Shanghai's doing the same thing.
So, that's kind of where we are, and this is a phased opening. It's not a forever type of thing, I'm sure. So my opinion on this, as someone that's gone to Disney more times than should be legally allowed, to be fair, since I was 9 months old and almost consecutively every year I've been alive since, so that's 30. 30 years, so I've gone at least 30 times. Sometimes we've gone twice in 1 year, whatever. I've been to Disney a long time. For me, Disney World is escapism from reality. It's escape from my job, it's escape from my stress, it's escape from a lot of different stuff. When I go to Disney, it's not cheap for anybody. Even as DVC members, we still fork out thousands of dollars for a trip.
Yeah.
To do things the way we like to do them. And for me, to shell out that kind of money, to risk my health getting on a plane, to go to Disney for a week with reduced park hours, no character meet and greets, no parades, no dining plan, no fast passes, no guarantee you're even getting into the park, that is not worth it to me.
Yeah.
At this point, I understand, please, no one take this the wrong way. I understand the rules, I know why they're there.
Yes.
I understand it 100%, and I think they should be followed, and they should be there. For me personally, it does not make sense for me to put my money into that place right now, where I know the experience that I've come to expect after going there so many times, to know that it's going to fall short on so many different levels, many of which at no fault of Disney. They just did not create the coronavirus. They're reacting to it. I get all of that. And it might make sense for you to go, and I know friends that are going, and people are lining up for July 11th to go and see what happens. More power to you. If you guys are in that position to go and have a good time and enjoy it the way you will want to enjoy it, I wish you nothing but happiness on your trip. And report back, because opinions can change. I could see how this works, and I could be a huge fan of it, and maybe I change my mind. As it stands right now, I'm not sold to go back under the restrictions that are in place. I don't feel comfortable wearing a mask in 90-degree weather. I know Maggie probably doesn't either. It's just, it's not for me right now. But if you're gonna go, I'd love to hear how it goes.
Yes.
Hit me up. We'll do an interview on air. So we'll make it happen. But that's my opinion on it. Take it for what it is, and enjoy yourselves. Stay healthy, stay safe, live your life. I'm gonna live my life. This is no hate intended to anything. So have fun.
Honestly, it's such a back and forth, because I do want to go, because we had booked a trip in March when things were getting very stressful with work, and we wanted to get away for a couple days, so we had a couple days planned, and then this hit, and we said, all right, we'll push it back, not knowing that it was going to be this bad. So we pushed it back to middle of April. We had a day trip to New York planned, because I had gotten him tickets for a show for Christmas, and we had to get a refund for that. We've had to now basically cancel our trip, because we have no idea when we're going to go. But right now, the first few people that they're going to basically handle with the parks is people who had tickets who haven't been able to go.
It's not just that, because it's tickets plus hotel room.
Yeah.
Because we have tickets still from the March trip that don't expire till the 15th of December, but we don't have a hotel through DVC. I don't know, and if somebody is watching this and knows the answer, please tell me, because the circumstances might change. If I have until December 15th to use these tickets, or I'm going to lose them, I don't think that's the case, but just for devil's advocate purposes, to say that it is, that sways my opinion, because now I'm at a financial loss if I don't go and try to make the best of it.
Yeah.
Circumstances, the variables change. But, I have not received that email from Disney that says, hey, you're first in line because you have tickets. I don't know how accommodating DVC would be at this point to get a hotel room. I'm not even going to try to call member services, because I'm sure they're backed up, and the last thing they want to do is hear from me. So I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it play out. And if we have tickets, I think last I read is that if you can't go before the 15th, You can put the cost towards a new ticket, I think, or something like that.
No.
The 50th anniversary is next year, and we already have a trip planned with my parents, so I guess we'll use it for that. Yeah, that's fine too. But
because we have every intention of going for the 50th. Now that the parks are opening, I have a feeling they are going to continue with the 50th. Information has not been released yet. We're waiting for that.
Yeah, nothing's come out about the 50th. Nothing's come out about the festivals in Epcot. Mickey's Not So Scary. Tickets are still valid from what I understand, but they're not selling any new ones. If you're looking at going around the Halloween time, and that's something that you wanted to do, keep in mind you may not be able to book that right now. Yeah, that's just kind of where I am with it, and I'm watching closely. I'm trying to make an informed decision that makes sense emotionally, financially, for both of us. And we'll see what happens. You know, if we end up going in 2020, that's great. If we don't,
go in 2021.
Go in 2021. Not a huge deal for me at this point.
It's just an overwhelming amount of information that got thrown at everybody.
I mean, I would honestly wait a year for less restrictions.
Yes.
I don't think social distancing is going away anytime soon. I don't think masks are going to go away anytime soon. And
I've heard that we could be wearing those for the next 1 to 2 years.
And again,
so
please,
who knows?
You know, I don't like to use labels very often, but this is not a Karen thing. This is a personal choice. I'm not attacking Disney for making masks mandatory. I admire them for taking that route for safety. It's just something that I know how I am in hot weather. If you add another element to that, I'm not going to have a good time. It's just what it is, and it's, you know, again, no attack on Disney, but that's just where I am with it. What else do we know? Do we know anything else? Oh, somebody made this argument. I don't forget who. So Disney obviously made the call that they're going to discontinue FastPass Plus
for the time
being. But now people are starting to make an argument. Should it go away forever?
I don't know. Man. FastPass has been around for a long time.
Every park has a form of it.
Yes.
Disney is still the only one that's free.
Yeah.
Disney World, that is. I think Disneyland, they charge for like Max Pass now, but the standard Fast Pass is still free. I don't know how it works. I've been to Disneyland in years.
But I mean, they used to have the tickets where you would go to a little kiosk and you would get the ticket, and then it developed into Fast Pass Plus through the My Disney Experience app. But you're right. I mean, Hershey Park we've been to has it. You have to buy it. Universal has it. You have to buy it.
The argument that the people are making is that it slows down the standby line so much that is it better just to have one consistent wait time? You know, I see that argument, but for me, and this is my thought, when I book my FastPass Pluses, I take that competitively. I take that like it's a sport.
Yeah.
I am up at 5 in the morning to get ready to book my FastPass Pluses. It is not a game for me.
And a few days before, we map out what we want to do and when, and we think of, like, plan A, plan B, plan C.
Think of it like a get out of jail free card of Monopoly. You have that in your back pocket. You know you're riding 3 rides that day. You know, if you play it right in studios, you're getting on Tower of Terror, you're getting on the Rock and Roller Coaster, you're getting on an A attraction, be it Mickey's Runaway Railway and Slinky Dog Dash. I was able to get both of those before the trips got canceled. So it's not bragging, it's showing if you play the game the right way, you get up the day you're supposed to, and you go online, you make the fast passes when you can, and be flexible. This is kind of going into a segue I didn't expect, but a Disney trip tip here, don't solidify what day you're going where until you book your fast passes, because you're going to find yourself getting stressed out when on that first day. If you're going to Animal Kingdom and you want to book Flight of Passage and that's your first day, that might be another party's last day. And when that Fast Pass Plus window opens, that opens for your entire trip. So think about the other people. The other people, when their trip is ending, they've already got that Fast Pass to Flight of Passage. It's gone. If you make Animal Kingdom 4 days in the future, you have a 4-day head start before that next window opens up for some folks. I guarantee you might not get early in the morning, but you'll get there. You'll get a Fast Pass for it if you play the game the right way, and that's get up early, log onto the app, make sure your Wi-Fi is working, check your stuff. because that's how you win. Same thing with dining. When you know it's 6 months out, you want Be Our Guest, or you want that Cinderella's royal table. You need to get up on that day and you need to make it happen, because if not, the early bird gets the worm in this case a lot when it comes to these things.
I mean, one trip we were so prepared, we were a day early and we freaked out because we couldn't get our fast passes. And we called the number and they were like, well, you're a day early. It's tomorrow. We're like, oh, yeah, all right, thanks.
Our math was wrong. What are you going to do?
But it was better to be a day early than a day late.
It's the practice. So,
we did. We practiced real good that day.
So, at the end of the point of the video that I'm trying to make, for my personal opinion, and then I'm going to let you do yours when I feel like I've rambled, but Disney is what you want to make of it. If this is your first time going to Disney, especially if it's your kid's first time, and you want them to meet Mickey Mouse, and you want them to stand on Main Street and look up at that castle with all as fireworks are going off.
You want them to meet the princesses.
This might not be the time for you.
Absolutely.
If you're like us, and you've gone 30 times and you really don't care about that stuff anymore, maybe you can make it work this year. Realistically, I think she and I could make it work this year. It's just a matter of that escapism for me. Disney doesn't have a weather bubble. They don't have a virus protection from COVID-19.
Wouldn't that be spectacular?
It still exists in Disney. I get that. But the fact of the matter is, when I go to Disney, the rest of this world does not exist to me. And for me, that's a tough barrier that I would have to get over from a mental standpoint. And I think I could do it if push comes to shove, where we find ourselves in December with a reservation and Disney saying, hey, you have access to the system because you have tickets. Let's see what happens. I'm not going to turn it down. I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm not going to sit there and whine and complain the whole time, because that just ruins everyone's fun. And that's another thing. I don't want to deal with people that are going to whine and complain because they didn't research. They didn't realize in advance that you can't meet Mickey Mouse, or there's no fireworks today because you got a social distance, or you can't stand here, you have to walk here. Is the rest of the world prepared to handle that? Is the rest of the population ready to handle that? And let me put it this way: I don't envy Disney security at this point. I especially don't envy the social distancing team that has to enforce this stuff. They're in for a rough time with some of the people that are out there. And if you're one of those people, do yourself a favor and do them a favor. Stay home and wait until the restrictions are lifted. Be nice to people if you do go, especially cast members. They're just doing their jobs. Most of them don't get paid enough to do that job, so cut them slack. All right, everyone's going through this together, and make the most of it. You're still in Disney. I'm sure it'll still be wonderful. But that's my say. Maggie, have your say.
Well, one thing I was going to say that you kind of just mentioned, just be kind and courteous to the cast members that work there. They want, they might say, yes, you need to put your mask on if you take it off, which you shouldn't. But if they tell you to put your mask on, put it on. They're trying to make sure that you have as good a time as you can. They're not there to bully you or, make you upset or angry. They're trying to help you have the best time and the best vacation and the best trip that you can. Really just make the most of it. I've heard that people people have started to almost ignore that they have a mask on, that everyone else has a mask. So it's very possible that you could kind of become so immersed in all the Disney magic that you really it becomes second nature, that you kind of forget about everybody wearing it. Which would be really great, honestly, if that is something that your brain can do, honestly.
Mine cannot, just for the record.
I mean, you say that now, but at the same time, we're just walking around now.
You're going to find out real quick as you go back to work on Monday, where you work at a daycare, so God bless you. You're going to have to wear a mask, so you're going to get better at it than I am, I think.
Yeah. So my biggest thing is I'm trying to figure out how I can wear my mask and my glasses, because my glasses fog up. So if anybody has tips on that, I've heard shaving cream, which I haven't used yet, which seems kind of strange, but
Interesting.
we'll figure it out.
At this point, I just wear contacts for her.
But we do have a vacation coming up with my family in July. Maybe we'll do a video from the beach there.
I think we definitely should. I'll definitely bring the GoPro.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's one thing that we are getting ready for. So we signed up for the Run Disney 5K
so, yeah, that's
challenge.
next month. The Run Disney 5K challenge.
Yeah.
We're gonna run 3 5Ks in the summer. And if you've seen this body, it is not in any shape to run a 5K. But I want those medals. They're cool. And I'm actually turning it into a small little social experiment for me. I'm going into the first 5K. You don't even know this. I haven't told you.
Oh, okay.
I'm going into the first 5K cold. No training, no preparation. It's gonna hurt. I'm probably gonna die. From June to July, as I prepare for the second one, I'm actually going to start to train. I'm going to do more exercising, I'm going to do more running, do more walking, and to see, in the course of the 3 5Ks, how low can I get my time by going in cold for a first reading and then doing 2 subsequent 5Ks in the summer with training and maybe a little bit more dieting and maybe a little less, maybe a little less drinking with the DisHurds.
But we are doing it with some friends of ours, so we're trying to figure out logistically how we can
do it.
We can do these races together and do our times. But she said, because they did it last year for the Marvel, that their first one they didn't do any training and it was like 50 minutes maybe.
How
so
long?
50, which. That's not awful.
It makes me feel awful. It's like the last time I trained for one, I did it in about 42. We have that coming up, and it's all parks medals this year.
Yeah,
so
I'm so excited.
It's a teacup, Space Mountain, Haunted Mansion, and then there's the old ticket book from when Disney first opened in the 70s. If you do the challenge, which is all free, which is what we did. So we'll keep you posted on that. I'm probably not going to do any videos from the 5K running / walking / painting / crying.
I mean, we're not going to be running in the park, so we won't have the GoPro attached to us or anything. It'll probably you could. It would probably get a little annoying seeing just running through the park.
So the last thing I wanted to kind of talk about was kind of in the filling in the blanks is how does this work from a logistical standpoint for Disney? Now they mentioned a lot about the masks. Everyone 2 years and up have to wear a mask. If you have kids, good luck with that. But you guys know your kids better than I do, obviously. So if you think they can do it, good.
Oh, I did think of something.
They did say no masks in the pool.
Yes,
which
makes sense.
Yeah, well,
I'm not swimming with a mask. No.
No masks if you're drinking, which that's a huge perk in Epcot because I'm always drinking in Epcot.
But honestly, that'll help with being hydrated too.
The one thing they haven't said much about is, do you have to wear a mask on rides? And I have a two-way street on this because think of your thrill rides. If that mask,
I can just imagine going down Splash Mountain with half of your mask covering your face and you're just squinty. That would be really fun.
I also see Splash Mountain, your mask flying off your head and hitting the dew 2 rows back, and now that's a whole other situation.
Well, that's why you have to make your mask
secure.
Make your mask secure.
Well, it's just your glasses are secure until they're going 40 miles an hour down the hill. So what I'm getting at is you have to. What is the line with masks? Can you take it off on a ride? I think somewhere in Japan, it might have been Tokyo Disney. We're trying to get a thing going where you're not supposed to scream on rides, which that's instinct. Sorry,
I was gonna
guys.
say that's a human instinct. Sorry.
I'm not gonna be an emotionalist fool on Tower of Terror. Just
well, sometimes we do, but on Space Mountain, the picture is just.
But yeah,
I would like to take a picture with the mask on. That would be a great photo, though.
I mean, yeah, and another thing, photo pass pictures. You can't take your mask off for photo pass pictures. It's here's how you know it's a temporary thing, because this is hitting Disney where it hurts. It's hitting them in the wallet. Because you think you're gonna buy a picture in front of Cinderella Castle if you're wearing a mask? I'm surely not. Are you going to? I would probably buy one to be this was the year that we
went after COVID-19 and wore a mask,
I would print one out at Target for 29 cents before I spent $15 on a 4x6.
Oh, well, yeah, but I would get them taken.
Again, it still hits Disney in the wallet.
Yes, absolutely. I remembered because you said something about first time trip. So the past couple weeks I've been babysitting one of the families from my center, and I was actually talking to them. Friday was my last day, and I was talking to them about Disney trips. And they've been wanting to take their 3 daughters, all under the age of 6, on their first Disney trip. And I was talking to their mom, and she was saying that they were thinking about going next spring, but with all of this going on, she wasn't sure if they were going to do it, and hold off until the girls are a little bit older, and then hopefully all of this will be gone. They wouldn't have to wear a mask. I said, honestly, it's a good idea for their first trip, because then they'll hopefully be able to do more than if they went this year, next year.
I could just say, if we had a child around 6 years old, there's under zero circumstances we would be going.
No.
Especially if it's their first time, I want them to experience all of it. I want honestly what happened with me growing up. I want that bar to be set so darn high that no other place in the world is going to come close to overtopping that bar. Where do you want to go for vacation? And the answer is always Disney.
Yes.
That is how it was for me. And that's how I want it to be for our kid whenever we are blessed to have one. So that's where I'm at with it.
No.
But I guess we're coming up on half an hour of talking now. So this is how I just kind of want to say my piece and end it. Do your homework. Mm-hmm. Research it. Stay up to date. If you're thinking about going this year and you're still on the fence, kind of like I'm still on the fence, follow the news. There's a lot of good news sources out there, and I don't claim to be one of them. I'm reacting to what I'm finding out through these news sources.
Honestly, one of the best places that you can get all the news about all of this is Disney Parks blog, because they are actually...
Disney Parks blog puts up a lot.
They were the ones that announced it, because I think they're actually affiliated with the Disney company.
From a third-party standpoint, Disney Food Blog is on top of everything.
Yep.
That team is there.
They're amazing.
They were there for the first day of Springs. They broke the news about... the 3-hour wait World of Disney.
Yes.
They're great. They put up good videos on YouTube as well. Check them out.
I'm honestly...
we're not affiliated with Disney Food Blog in any way, just for the record. But I do use them for a lot of my news, and I bring it to you guys. And I know that sending you guys to DFB is kind of making my job obsolete to do this video thing, but I've always wanted this to be more about fun rather than reporting on the news. There's a million other sites you can find news stories from. But I want to start having more fun on this channel. That's why we started doing drinking with the DisHurds.
And also other fun things that we've done, lots of Disney Plus watching, and also we've gotten into the board game Villainous.
Yeah, maybe there might come a time where we live stream a Villainous
We
game.
should! That would be a really good idea. That would be a lot of fun.
It has to be she and I doing it, because with my other group of gaming friends, 1, we get competitive with each other, and 2, it's not usually family-friendly talk.
And 3, it'll make an hour game into at least 3 hours.
My one friend takes about 45 minutes to take a turn, and it would bore you all to tears, so we're not going to do that. But she and I might take each other on. I'm 2-0 against her, just for the record.
Barely. Barely both times, man.
A W is still a W, my friend.
Barely, though.
W is still a W.
Hey, that first game we basically tied, because I was going to win at the beginning of the next turn.
Did you?
I didn't.
Okay. That's an L.
But I would have.
Take the L.
You know what?
It's an L.
Shut up. I was like you.
No, but we're going to try to have more fun on this channel. I know we've been kind of crap at posting stuff.
Yeah, we have not been very good at posting things.
Personally, it's been rough with COVID. I don't have it. I've never had... Well, I don't think I've had it, but an antibody test will sort that out. But...
And there just really hasn't been much to talk about. We haven't done anything exciting because there's nothing to do.
Yeah, I've been working. She's been babysitting. We're staying busy. We're making money, which is good. So, I want to get back in a little bit in that regard. But it's been a rough go at it with COVID. Working from home every day has been challenging, and just finding the motivation after a mentally draining day to do this, it's hard. But I enjoy getting in front of the camera. I enjoy talking to you guys, whoever's listening. I hope you enjoy it.
Trying to keep you up to date with any news you haven't heard yet. I'm sure everybody's heard the news at this point.
A couple things I do want to do down the road. We drink around the world a lot, so I want to talk about good places to go when you drink around the world.
Yeah. Our favorite drinks.
That would be cool. I also want to do. We do want to do the Diz debate where we take two sides of an argument and talk about it.
Yeah.
And that would be live and unfiltered. I would just kind of do it at spur of the moment type of thing. But yeah, we really want to do some fun things with the channel.
Yeah. We're gonna we're gonna really try to be better with.
And there's no rule that says that we both have to do the video. So if you get home and I'm tired or I'm still working, shoot a video. I don't care. So you think to wind down a little bit. So I think that's it for now. I hope it helps a little bit in the news. I know it's kind of scattered and trying to get it all out there. But again, do your homework and make the best decision that's for you and your family about whether a trip to Walt Disney World is in the cards for 2020.
If you don't think you're going to be happy, if you don't think you're going to have a good time, then don't go.
Don't go, and don't
save your money for the next trip.
Yeah. Disney has been really flexible with refunds and putting things towards future trips. If you did get offered that free dining plan, they're giving you 35% off a hotel room. And I know a dining plan and a hotel room are two different things, but keep in mind they don't have to give you anything.
That's true.
So I would say take that handout and run with it if that's what you choose to do. 35% off is a good chunk of change on a hotel room.
Yeah, really.
Even all-star resorts, they're not cheap. So that's it for now, I think. I hope you guys are doing well. Stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wear your mask, social distance.
Yeah.
Take care of one another. We are in a rough time right now with COVID and other political stuff that I'm not going to talk about here. But take care of each other. Be kind.
Love each other.
Love one another. It's not.
Just love each other.
It's really not hard, guys. Just be nice. It's not hard. Be more kind. Take care. Lots of love. Bye-bye.
And TTFN.